if you go by that,
yes,
you will discover that Peter Obi does not control any state when he ran on the platform of the Labour Party.
The problem of the Peter Obi, he ran on the platform of a party and his tribe, the Igbos, voted for him. And they'll always do that.
Lagos voted for him.
Well, Lagos,
he won Lagos.
Listen, there are more Igbos in Lagos than other tribes. I lived in Lagos for more than all
that was Ali Modu
England
Sheriff,
in 1980. I lived
former governor of Borno State.
Lagos is occupied by
former chairman of the People's Democratic Party.
Lagos, there are Hausa people.
So there are no Yoruba people that voted for Peter Obi in Lagos.
Congress.
If they are very small.
Being deliberately dishonest.
They were so much that they defeated the president could not win his home state.
Peter Obi
won his own state of the national show.
We are talking about Nigeria.
So we are talking about facts and figures.
Yes,
Your Excellency, the fact and figures supports the fact that you don't have to own any state as a political party to win an election.
You have to have people to election is about numbers.
By the Independent National Electoral Commission.
Elections are
now look at
numbers.
Your party
how can somebody, if not that he is being intellectually dishonest, say that Lagos, that Igbos have more population in Lagos than the Yorubas? What kind of intellectual dishonesty can you call this? How can you, in all honesty, he said that he has lived in Lagos? So that is the parameter to use to conclude that there are more Igbos in Lagos than Yorubas. Nothing could be further from the truth. That is a lie from the pit of hell. And he was saying it unashamedly on national television. And I'm disappointed by Shehu Okumbale by not doing a pushback. Because Shehu Okumbale would have challenged him and said, how could you say that the Yorubas in Lagos are a minority compared to the Igbos? How can you believe that kind of figures? And to show dishonesty of even Shehu Okumbale himself, he ought to push back and correct him, because it's not just statistically possible. There are no data that could confirm that. In fact, there is nothing to show it. The last time Igbos were able to go to the House of Reps from Lagos State in 2011 election, there were only five people who are Igbo speaking, who represented Lagos State in the House of Representatives. Since that time, no person of Igbo extraction has been elected to the president of Lagos. So you can imagine what it means to claim that Peter Obi won because Igbos are the most predominant population in Lagos. That is an intellectual dishonesty. Peter Obi won because majority of Lagosians, Igbos, Yoruba, Edo, Ishekiri, whatever, they were fed up with Lagos godfatherism, which Tinubu is the poster face of godfatherism in Nigeria and Lagos in particular. So those people found Peter Obi a better candidate. They don't want his godfatherism to be transferred to the national level, knowing how he misran the Lagos State. So a whole lot of people voted against him in Lagos because they wanted a change. He was part of the Buhari administration for 8 years. He was the national leader of the ruling All Progressives Congress. He was the only leader in Nigeria's history who was not the president, but has the attribute of being described as the national leader of APC. He was sharing that position with President Muhammad Buhari. Okay, so people were able to see that there's not going to be any difference between what Buhari was doing and what he's going to do if he entered there. And he was also saying that he's going to build on the foundation that that was laid by Buhari. That was one of the things he was saying on the campaign stages all over the country. Okay, so it is intellectual dishonesty to say that the Igbo. He said the problem of Peter Obi is his tribe. Why is that a problem? The House of Fulani have been voting for Muhammad Buhari for generations, for decades. They started voting for him since 2003, and they voted for him till he's dead. What was wrong with that? In any case, the Igbos are the most cosmopolitan voters in Nigeria. If it is a given that Igbos vote for one of their kinds, why didn't they vote for Odumegwu Ojukwu? Odumegwu Ojukwu contested for president of Nigeria in 2003. How many states did he win in the southeast? If he won any. So and since that time, Igbos have voted massively for Yoruba candidate Obasanjo. They voted for Hausa Fulani candidate. They voted for Atiku Abubakar massively. Tell me where Igbos have shown any kind of parochial ethnic sentimentalism that characterize other sections of the country. Has the Southwest ever voted for anybody outside Yoruba? If not in 2015. Do we have to go to history to show you that they never voted for anybody except their own? Throughout the time Awo was alive, everybody was voting for him. Yoruba was voting for Awo only. When Nigeria returned to democracy in 1999, 98, 99, the only reason why they voted for a federal Yoruba, look at the candidate they voted for, Olufalaye. Why? Because that was the candidate of Afenifere. The Yoruba said, this is the one. We don't trust Obasanjo. He's going to do the national thing. He's going to dance to the tune of the nation. He's not going to be a parochial leader like Olufalaye who represents Yoruba interests. All of them voted for Olufalaye. Yes, all of them. It was even in the Obasanjo second term, 2003. Obasanjo have to make a deal with them. They wanted to still vote for whoever will come out from Yoruba, who they consider who will protect the interests of Yoruba. Obasanjo made a deal with them. That was when they voted for Obasanjo. And Obasanjo at that time was under a situation whereby the North was accusing him of all kinds of things, where they were threatening to withdraw their support. So Obasanjo needed to have vote from his own people who rejected him. Why did they reject Obasanjo? Because Obasanjo, they know, is not a tribalistic person like Olufalaye. Okay? If you look at the history of Northwest and Northeast, they always vote for their own. It's the Igbos and the South that you have been seen voting for people of other ethnic extraction to become president. So it shouldn't be seen as a problem. And he said the problem of Peter Obi is his tribe. The Igbos voted for him. And so what? Didn't Fulanis vote for Buhari? And why was that not a problem? Didn't Yorubas vote for Tinubu? And why was that not a problem? Okay, and then to make it that because Igbos are the dominant ethnic group in Lagos, which is a lie from the pit of hell. Okay, let us assume without considering that Peter Obi won Lagos because Igbos are predominant in Lagos, which is a lie. Is Igbo also the most dominant population in the federal capital territory, Abuja, where Peter Obi won even the polling unit at the presidential villa in Abuja? Are you telling me that Buhari that didn't employ any person of Igbo extraction to be near Villa when he was president? So who are those people that voted at the polling unit at the presidential pillar that Peter Obi won? Are they Igbos? Peter Obi swept Abuja to the level that Bola Tinubu couldn't get 25%. Atiku Abubakar couldn't get 25% in the FCT. So you know what to tell me that Igbos are predominant population. What of Nasarawa? So the Igbos are also the dominant population in Nasarawa, where Peter Obi won, hands down. Okay, Igbos are the predominant population in Plateau State. They are the predominant population in Cross River State, in Delta State, in Edo State. Why are these people so intellectually dishonest? If you don't understand the reason why Peter Obi won, you just say you don't know. But for you to come on national television to come and claim that Peter Obi won, the problem was that his people voted for him. His people has only 5 states. 5 states, and the man won 12 states. So who are those 7 states? Those states are also predominantly Igbo states. It doesn't make sense. Peter Obi was seen and is still being seen as a redeemer. If Nigeria is going to get any headway, it has to be Peter Obi. There is nobody, none of the candidates being paraded stand any chance of doing anything different the way Peter Obi will do it. I have said it severally. I went to be convinced what Atiku will do different from Tinubu. That is the truth. I'm yet to be convinced. On what basis is Atiku better than Tinubu? The difference between Atiku and Tinubu is just the difference between half a dozen and 6 1/2 dozen. The difference between Eba and Gary, not much. Tinubu self is much more manageable than Atiku. Why they are saying so? Tinubu don't have a large family like that. Imagine the number of crowd Atiku will have in the villa if he's the president of Nigeria. How that distraction is going to impact this country, which is about 4 wives and several children that are really uncountable, since Africans would not like counting children. What they will constitute. Many of them are elderly people themselves, contractors, businessmen and all that. How they will use their father's name to really choke this country, if it happens to be there. So nobody should belittle or try to say that Peter Obi was an ethnic candidate. He was a national candidate. That was why he was able to get up to 10 million votes. If Peter Obi was doing so badly, he did so badly in the last election, I can guarantee you that the Independent National Electoral Commission will not have deliberately switched off the transmission of the presidential election result, as they did and confirmed by Lai Mohammed when he was in UK. I don't know what you think about the intellectual dishonesty of Ali Modu Sheriff, the former governor of Borno State, who has the temerity to lie on national television that Peter Obi won Lagos because there are more Igbos than Yorubas in Lagos. Can you imagine that? But whatever is your position, let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.